Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Elise. My channel name is Elise K Crafts. Welcome back if you're joining me again. Today we're going to be doing another whip and chat. I'm going to be giving you an update about my life last week, and I'm going to be working on a diamond painting once again today. WIP stands for work in progress, and I hope you will grab your own work in progress and chat along with me in the comments. Tell me what you've been up to for the last week. I recommend you grab yourself a cuppa and you treat this like we're just crafting and chatting like friends. I've got my cup of coffee here today. It's in my well-worn Beetlejuice mug. This mug is very precious to me. My son gave this to me for my birthday one year, and he just hit the nail on the head with that. It was just a perfect gift, but it is very, very worn. Just had a sip of my coffee there. So before we start, I'd love to know what you're working on, and I'll tell you what I'm working on. So in front of me here I have The Messenger by Christopher Lovell. I'll put the picture up on the screen because it's really hard to see all zoomed in. This canvas here is from Diamond Art Club. It is quite a large one actually. It is, let me get the measurements. It is 69.9 centimeters wide. So it's actually hanging off my table widthways at the moment, as well as lengthways, because it's 98.8 centimeters long. That is 27.6 by 39 inches. Square drill, has 15 colors, which includes one fairy dust drill, with a total of 111 and 557 drills. I checked last week and it was $143 last week. That can change because we're going by US prices, so it depends on the US dollar, like to Australian dollar. And it was out of stock last week, and I haven't seen it come back in stock, unfortunately, but at least it's not discontinued or anything. And did I mention it was by Christopher Lovell? I don't remember if I mentioned that or not, but I'm better off to say it twice than not say it at all. So yeah, I love his art, and this is actually the first piece that I've completed from him, but I have quite a few in my stash, and including the mystery kit that just came out. That one was like my unicorn. I know what it is by the description, and that was like my ultimate unicorn. I was thinking of getting that one actually custom, so when I get enough treasure quest cards to get custom, but yeah, anyway, they brought it out, so I didn't have to do that. So I've still got my treasure quest cards, still saving them up. So yeah. So how's your week been? What have you been up to? I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. I'd love you to catch me up a little bit on what you've been up to. That's always fun. I have been up to a little bit of craft, not just diamond painting, so I've been playing around with resin as well during the week. I'm going to go through the tools that I'm using throughout this whip and chat first, and then I'll show you what I've been doing with resin, because I mentioned last week I wanted to make some stuff for my whip and chat this week. So first off, I'm starting off with this pen. This is from Donna Bass Turning. This was a custom turn. I think the blank was from Unbelievable Blanks, I have a feeling. Not 100% sure on that. But yeah, if you just follow over on Donna Bass Turning, there's blank drops like a few times a week, and you pick up one you like, and then yeah, send it to her for turning. In the pen I have Diamond Art Club tips. So I've got a single placer, and which this is a 12 placer. I'm still learning with the 12 placer, so I probably look really clumsy on camera with this one. And I do have putty in the 12 placer, so I've got a Puttylicious Putty Emerald Veil. This is a really pretty putty, but I think because it's D-stash, I don't think it's in stock. Definitely worth asking Sim over on Puttylicious though, because it smells pretty good. It looks really nice as well. It's like kind of citrusy, kind of, I don't know, yeah, like citrusy, like sherbety kind of. It smells a little bit tasty, a little bit soapy, like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. In my single placer, I've got my own wax that I made. This is cotton candy scent. It smells so yummy. This one smells like you could eat it. It is a really soft putty. Soft wax. Not, I mean, you can use it, it's good, but I'm not 100% satisfied on the formula. But if you're a soft placer, like, it's fine to use. I mean, it's fine. I'm a hard placer and it's fine to use. It's just like, it's comparable to other stuff that I've paid for. But personally, I think I would prefer a harder putty than that. I've got my tray here. This is the extra large tray from Pixel Pages, and I think it is in cherry. I think that was the name of this one. Yeah, so I really wanted a red tray, so I got a red tray, and I unboxed that a few weeks ago on my channel. I'm really happy to be using that. And then I've got my Diamond Art Club tweezers here. These came free in the old kits and I collected a few. Then I've just got my Art Dot light board underneath here, and I'm using the Elizabeth Ward dupe trays, I think off Temu, or I don't know where I got these from, AliExpress, I don't know. I've bought from both places. And then yeah, I've got my trinket tray. So I said last week that I wanted to make a few things, so I really wanted to make a new tray. I've got my old tray here beside me, and it was getting a bit ratty, so I wanted to make a new one, and I wanted to make it pretty, like what I've seen other YouTubers use, you know. So I've been playing around with resin, and I made this tray here. So I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. It's like a smoky effect on the coffin, and it's so shiny, and it's so yeah, just shiny. I think there's something with diamond painters that they all love shiny stuff, so I'm pretty proud of myself making that. Already my cousin Kylie has ordered one off me. I'm willing to make these for people. If you're interested, just let me know. I don't know if there's anyone in Australia that is making this for diamond painting people, so if you want to grab one off me, the postage would be less than buying from overseas. Just let me know. I can make I do have the regular tray molds as well, like the normal round ones, or I've got a bat tray, and I can make like any color you want, glitter, whatever. Just let me know. I also made this little trash pot thing. It's not a trash minder because I haven't put a magnet on it and stuck it to my canvas, so it's not a trash minder. But yeah, the only reason I didn't do that is because, I don't know, you can see it through there, so maybe I still will. I do have some magnets to do that, and I've got hot glue or resin to stick it on. But so yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It matches. And then what else did I make? I made another coffin box. Actually, I made this a few weeks ago. I didn't make it this week. So this, I've been using this for stuff, so it's a little bit dirty because I've actually been using it. It's really good to store like earrings and things like that. I used it to sweep up some ashes, not people ashes, like incense ashes off my table, and I put it in there like, okay, rest in peace incense, and threw it out. So that's why it's a bit dusty. But anyway, I've made some more of these as well. So these are like little trash pots. So I've got some orange ones. I've got an orange pumpkin, a ghost, a little green bat, green sparkly ones there. My favourite thing that I've made, but this is not for me, this is for my mum, is this pumpkin. Isn't it cute? And it's a little jar there. So yeah, made that pumpkin. I'll definitely have to make another one of those coming up. But yeah, have you guys been working on any other crafts, or just diamond painting? I'd love to hear what other people are working on as well, or even the canvas that you're working on too. I'd love to know that. Please let me know in the comments. So my week, oh, I forgot to say, I've got my little friend here, my little cover-minded friend here. This is from Lexi Lou's. So it's just stuck off camera. Yeah, so my week has not been very eventful. It's school holidays here in Victoria, and I've got both the kids with me, and we've kind of been not stuck in the house, but yesterday we were, because I live in a really small place. Like, I live in a unit, and I've got two boys. I've got a teenager and a 7, nearly 8-year-old. I need to get more of this. Yeah, and school holidays, so we're really sort of, I'm busy with them. Like, I feel like I'm just constantly cleaning, washing, cooking, just always hearing mum, I'm hungry constantly. Yeah, and I will be going back into the house after I film this to cook and clean again. Sorry, I've been just super busy with that. We haven't been up to too much for the holidays. We've been watching some movies, playing some games, some video games. That's really about it. Today we did go out though. We went to Crystal World, which was a lot of fun. That is in Devon Meadows, so that's like not far from me. I'm on the Mornington Peninsula, so it was only about half an hour drive. Crystal World is so good, you guys. If you are ever in this area, or you live close or whatever, I highly recommend it. So what they've got there is they have like a big yard just full of crystals, like crystal displays. They've got like massive tubs of anything you can think of, any rock, any crystal, any geode, fossils, anything you think of. It's just really, really cool. So we spent like a couple of hours there looking around. They've also got a garden full of like dinosaurs, like a dinosaur garden thing, which is really, really cool. They've got angry geese that chase you, so that's not as cool. But they do have like a lot of like cute little dogs walking around, like actual like pet dogs. They're so friendly. I spent a lot of time patting the Crystal World dogs. My dogs weren't so happy when I came home. They seemed a bit jealous. Yeah, so that was really cool. And then that's all outside. Oh, well, the dogs go in and out of the shop. But then there's like a shop as well. And in there, they've got more fossils. They've got geodes. They've got meteorites. All different sorts of things. They've got books on gems and crystals, jewelry. I had a whole bunch of 3D printed stuff as well. My son spoilt his birthday present, so it's his birthday next week, and he brought some pocket money with him today, and it was fine. He could buy stuff, but everything he wanted to buy, I've already got it for his birthday, and it's hidden away. And so he's kind of like, he's begging for this shark tooth necklace today, and I bought him one. So I blew it. Like, I didn't know how to say, like, look, don't waste your money on that. You've already got one coming to you. Don't do that. So I'm a bit upset about that, because I thought it was going to be a really, really good surprise for him. And since we got home, he's asking for an early birthday present, but his dad said no, so he's not getting it. He said he'll wait. And then he wanted a 3D printed shark, which I already got him too, and he doesn't know about that. He ended up getting a saw shark, which I've never seen one of those like online, so that was pretty good. So that was fine. And then he got just a regular looking shark, and I already got him one, and I think the one I got him is actually in exactly the same color too. But I think the one he got is a bit bigger, so yeah, but my son is obsessed with sharks. He knows all shark facts. Like, he can really tell you anything about sharks. So he having extra shark toys isn't really going to be a big deal. And I mean, he does have other presents as well coming for his birthday that he hasn't guessed, but yeah, those ones I was pretty happy with. You know, I thought that'd be a big surprise for him, and now he knows what's sort of coming. So at Crystal World, they also have a shark. So they've got a preserved great white shark on display. You can't buy her. Her name is Rosie, and she's very cute. I thought I'd tell you guys the story of Rosie today, because it's a little bit interesting. And you might have, she's gone viral before, so you might have actually seen her before online. So yeah, she was caught off the coast of South Australia in 1997. It was a family boat. They went out, they were trying to catch tuna, and poor Rosie got entangled in the net, and it was just too much. Like, she was too tangled up. They couldn't get her out and save her, so she had to be euthanized. So when she came back onto shore, they did I don't know if they, not an autopsy, but they did have to cut her open, and they had to make sure that she hadn't swallowed any humans, so she had no human remains. And then when she was cleared from that, they put her into storage. She was put into a big freezer, and she was stored like that for some time. Because of her size, and you know, it's pretty rare to have a whole great white shark preserved, she came to the attention of a theme park owner out. So there's a theme park, what was it called? Let me have a look. I've actually written it down because I couldn't remember. Wildlife Wonderland. That was out in Bass. So that's in like towards South Gippsland Way in Victoria. So she was put there. She was put in a massive tank with formaldehyde. And if you don't know, formaldehyde is like basically what embalming fluid is made out of. So it's a preservative, and it's used to preserve flesh or like wet specimens, things like that. And she was there for some time, and then eventually the theme park closed down. And I don't remember that theme park even being open at all, to be honest with you. I used to live down that way, and I had never heard of it until I heard of Rosie the Shark. So yeah, it was closed down in 2012, and then she was abandoned, unfortunately. And a bunch of urban explorers went in there and they found her. They took some creepy footage of her. You might have seen it. This is what went viral. It was like a video of like, it was green in the background and you could just see her silhouette. And it was, yeah, really creepy. Anyway, her tank was vandalized, and the formaldehyde was leaking out, and that it's highly toxic, and it's pretty dangerous. So they had, I don't know when I say they, I don't know who I'm talking about, but something had to be done about it, right? So she came to the attention of the owner at Crystal World, and I guess a deal was done where they moved her over to Crystal World, and they gave her a new tank and everything like that, and they've put her in some other sort of solution, like a glycerin solution, which is apparently safer. I don't really know much about glycerin. Yeah, and now she's on permanent display there, which is just really, really interesting. So Rosie, she we saw her today. Her tank unfortunately was damaged again today. It actually looked like her tank had been shot. It looked like bullet holes in her tank, and it was on two sides shattered. Which is, you know, I don't know who would do that. That's absolutely disgusting to do that. And the solution in her tank obviously needed refilling or something. Like, her dorsal fin wasn't even covered. It was just, and it looked like it was disintegrating, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know, maybe the formaldehyde would have been better to keep her in. I don't know, but anyway, it was quite sad to see her in that state. But you know, very interesting regardless. And I would definitely recommend going to Crystal World. So I picked up a few things when I was there. I'll show you guys what I picked up. I got some crystals here, so I'll just get them just 1 minute. So the crystals I've got are here, just a few little things. So I got some black tourmaline, some pink selenite, and just a rose quartz. Yeah, so very cute, very pretty. And I also bought some incense, just some normal incense that I actually needed to get anyway. And I got this as well. I got some oracle cards because I really I loved them when I had a look, and I'm going to show you guys because I fell in love with these. because I really like the design on the back, like the earth and then the crystals around the earth and the light coming off there. I just thought that was really cool, and the moon as well. And then it's got all the different crystals and gems and the meanings for each. So I was really really loved these when I saw these. I've never done oracle cards before. I've had them done for me, but I've never done them. So, and I have to say it was like quite freaky, really. Well, the tarot was freaky. Like, I've had that done quite a few times, and it's always spot on. So the oracle cards, I guess I've been going through a lot of life changes at the moment, with changing my job, going back to uni, and a little bit of guidance, whether you believe it or not, is going to be welcomed in my life at the moment. So in terms of that, if you haven't joined me before, you wouldn't know, but it's been 7 weeks, I think, since I finished up at work. I quit because I was just completely burnt out. I didn't feel like myself anymore. I was having a lot of symptoms. It was becoming quite physical, like heart palpitations, panic attacks, those sorts of things, and I wasn't really functioning to the best of my ability. So I decided to take some time and figure out what I'm going to do next. And I did get a new job, but I still haven't got a shift. I haven't heard from them. So I'm just going to start looking elsewhere at this point in time. And well, I have been. So yesterday, well, actually, before I go on to that, I just want to I guess, check in with you and with myself and how I'm actually feeling about the whole work situation at the moment. So, well, there's a bit of anxiety. So I am one of those people that, you know, catastrophizes everything, right? And sometimes that's really helpful, like when managing risk and those sorts of things. Through my job, that made me quite good at that, because I would always think about the worst case scenario and prepare for that, and safety plan and blah blah blah. However, in my personal life, it's not always so good. So I'm like, okay, I'm never getting a job again, or I'm just gonna have to go work in a job that I hate with horrible people and those sorts of things. And I'm trying to shift my mindset to be more positive and think, okay, no, it's going to open, like, new doors are going to open for me. I'm going to meet new people, make new friends. My health has improved, so I'm actually getting out and I'm exercising. I've lost weight since I finished work without really trying. I'm not eating, like, emotionally eating so much anymore. Like, yes, I do have cravings, like sweet cravings and things like that sometimes, usually overnight, but I was basically, I'd never get lunch, and I was just starving myself during the day and then coming home and eating and drinking too much alcohol because of the stress and things. I wasn't living a lifestyle that I wanted to live. So I've definitely stopped drinking. Not stopped altogether, like I went out on Sunday to a brewery, but yeah, not really drinking to excess, and my heart palpitations have stopped. I haven't had another panic attack, and I've actually stopped my anti-anxiety medication. Still haven't had any panic attacks. I stopped that the day that I left that job or finished up at the job. I also thought, you know, maybe because, you know, I'm in my late 30s now, and I thought maybe I was peri, but yeah, turns out like the night sweats have stopped. Still ruminating, as I said before, on, you know, my work and study situation, like just, you know, am I making the right choice, blah blah blah, but I think that's all normal. So my body is definitely feeling a lot better at this point in time. I caught up with my old workmates on Thursday last week. We went out for dinner. It really cemented the fact that I have made the right choice with no longer working there. Just a lot of really sort of negative stuff has happened since I left. Apparently all the managers are reporting each other and refusing to work with each other. Still offering no support to their staff that they're meant to be supervising. And look, if someone's been inappropriate or whatever, like, yes, they should be reported, but the way that it sounds to me, what's happened is it's more retaliatory. Managers have had to change because people are refusing to work with certain people, and basically the clients are getting a lot more complex. And yeah, everyone's thinking about making changes there, so it was probably a good time to leave. I was really quite disappointed though, so not that many people came to the dinner who I thought that they would come, because I haven't seen them in weeks, and yeah, you know, feeling a little bit rejected in that way, but whatever, like, you can't force people to stay in contact. And I just obviously thought I was closer with people than I really was, so that's been a really good learning opportunity for me about I'll be going into new jobs. So I've got to do placement through my course, and then yeah, going into new jobs and those sorts of things. So like how to, just a reminder, like how to conduct yourself at work. Don't open up, don't talk about your personal life and those sorts of things, which I used to be really good at, but I just thought I was closer with people at my last job than I really was. So it's a good reminder. I'm just going to put some washi tape. Oh, I'm out of that one. Hang on, I've got to get some washi tape. With me. Gotta get a new one. So I've enrolled now. I've got my uni subjects sorted. There was a bit of an issue yesterday with that. I thought I messed up my enrollment. So I was enrolled in Foundations of Social Work, and that includes 10 days of in-person classes, and I'm studying at an interstate university. That's where I did my bachelor's, up in Queensland, and I wanted to go. I had a really good experience with that university. I wanted to go back there and study by distance for the masters, and I applied at a couple of different unis actually for this degree, and I pretty much got in straight away, probably because they could verify my transcript quicker than the other universities I applied for. Yeah, so however, I would have to travel for like there's 10 days in class, but there's no point coming back to Victoria for the weekend and then flying back for the next week. So I'd organised accommodation and everything up in Queensland, but I've been applying for jobs. No, I haven't. I'm lying to you guys. I've been doing my resume and I will be applying for jobs this week. But I was just really nervous about if I do get a new job, taking that time off. And then also, my son's dad had organised to go to a couple of concerts and things like that, so I wouldn't have anyone to look after my son while I was away, and it was all too complicated. But I thought I had missed the census date. Not the census date, like the date to enroll in new classes. And I freaked out because I got my new phone. It was like the 2-factor authentication. I couldn't get in to the uni portal to sort it all out until yesterday. And then when I got in, I thought, oh no, I've missed the date. But I freaked out, like the whole day I freaked out about it. I'm like, no, I'm gonna have to defer. And then I realized that it was in June. The cutoff date was in July, sorry, not June. So I messed it up, but in the best possible way. So I went back and changed that, and enrolled in 2 new subjects, which is it's considered part-time. My classes will be 3 days a week, on Mondays, Tuesdays and Wednesday nights. And I'll be doing foundations of research inquiry, and I don't mind those subjects. That's probably actually a good subject to start off with to get me back into the process of research. I feel like I'm really quite grateful because I've had the opportunity to be a part of a research team. I did an internship in my undergraduate study, so it was a undergraduate internship program, and I got accepted into that. And so I've already done some like academic research, like with a team that they were writing a systematic review. And so really looking forward to that subject actually. And the other one I'm doing is advanced First Peoples and Social Justice. I've already studied that in undergraduate, but I haven't done the advanced course, and it actually was one of my favorite subjects, so I'm looking forward to learning more. Also, now because I've worked in community services, I've got real life work experience to give me a bit more perspective on that issue. Really quite interesting. I don't know what books and things I'll need just yet. Next week I'll probably go up to, well, I don't know if next week, but I'm thinking of going up to Officeworks. I don't have an Officeworks or anything like that near me. We've got like a Kmart here, that's about it. yeah, and just getting like a few little things. I love shopping for stationery. Like, it's just, yeah, I love it. So I'm looking forward to doing that and getting in the mode. As for jobs, as I said, I haven't heard from my other job, and I'm going to be looking elsewhere. So I managed to redo my resume and make like a really cool modern resume. I did that all day yesterday. Like, literally took me all day yesterday to do that. And then by the time I finished, I didn't apply for anything. But I can maybe email, like if I can get some cover letters together tomorrow or the next day, I'll probably do that. And another place I'm going to be applying for is working back at the old custody centre that I used to work, where I used to work. I used to work there when I was studying for my bachelor's, and it worked out really well, casual shifts, because they're 12-hour shifts, and I had the option of doing overnight 12 hours, and it just worked really, really well. They are active overnights. However, there's also a lot of downtime with that job as well, where I could sit and read and sort of get a bit of work done. As well. So yeah, hopefully I get an interview there. It wouldn't be to start straight away, and there is full-time training that I'd have to redo the training. So the contract's gone to a different company since when I worked there, so yeah, I can imagine things are quite different, but the staff, they tend to take on the old staff. So the staff are probably the same. Well, a lot of them are probably the same. I don't know. I haven't worked there for 5 years. But yeah, I really loved that place, and the only reason I left was for professional development. But definitely, I really enjoyed the culture. I loved my co-workers there, and even today, like, they still invite me out with them and to catch up and things like that. So they're very, very friendly. Also, it was quite a diverse workforce. And I really liked that as well. Being not stuck, because you don't get stuck, but being put in the control room at 3 o'clock in the morning with, a Cook Islander, and they're telling you about their life over on the island and things like that. Like, it's just fascinating to learn about other people's cultures, and yeah, you get quite close to people in that job. And I also really liked, the routines, the nighttime routine, because I liked night shift, of putting people to bed and, getting them their dinner, putting them to bed, doing lockup, all those sorts of things. Yeah, so wish me luck, you guys. Alright, well, I think we're probably over an hour now, so I think that's about where I'm going to leave it today. Thank you all once again for joining me, especially if you got to the end. I've got more videos that I've got to edit, that I've actually filmed and I've got to edit. I just haven't uploaded. I have been so lazy, but I'm not really getting many views at this point. Probably one of the reasons is I haven't been consistent, so I guess I'll try to be more consistent, who knows. But thank you once again for joining me. Please, put in the comments what you've been working on. Have you been doing any more crafts? How's your week been? I'd love to hear from you all and get some feedback on that. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Alright, bye.